I'm going to tell this story.
Yeah, you have to tell us about your...
And I'm curious what you guys think of this, or the two of you think of this, because I told someone recently, and I went on this date one time, and just trying to remember exactly. They had just gotten tits. They had just gotten fake tits, and you know, whenever anybody that's seen new fake boobs, they're like up. You know, they're
real high.
They're so high, and they end up. It takes like, I don't know, a year for them to drop, right? Like
kind of like balls.
Have you seen like a new set of fake boobs?
I've seen stitching, like that, where there's the like scar. But
like when they initially get put in, they're way higher than when they drop.
I had no idea that
gravity's got to do its job and like, you know, get them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
The tits are relevant. So I go out to meet her at her car, and I was like, "Hey, what do you want to do tonight?" Like, you talked about dinner or whatever, and she's wearing like a Komodo, where it's just like two strips of fabric, and then like a bralette, and it's just the tits are like
showing them babies off.
She just bought them.
What size?
Enormous. Like just
massive
for the frame. It was. Yeah.
Well, because some people get like ones that are like regular,
right? Like a C, right? And like be like, oh, I just want it to look. I just want to feel more comfortable in my own body. But other people are like, give me some fucking knockers.
Right.
Like there's no way they were natural, right? Like you wouldn't look at it and be like,
yeah.
So I'm like, what do you want to do? And she just goes, Cheesecake Factory. Like, it just like one word statement. Like just Cheesecake Factory.
That's a girl.
And I was in Lake City at the time, so it was like, you know, outside the city a little bit, and that's downtown. I was like, why? Like, and she meant downtown cheese. Like,
right. You're like, what are you thinking? We can go over to
Alderwood, which is kind of the suburbs.
Not like Terrace one? Are we thinking we go north or
just Cheesecake Factory?
Right.
And it was non-negotiable or whatever.
Damn.
So I'm like, I guess we're going to Cheesecake. And this was a long time ago, like 6 years ago or whatever.
Shoot her and the girls.
And we get there, and like as soon as we walk in the door, the hostess sees us. And I mean, nothing is covered, right? Like and I had never seen people wearing like bralettes at restaurants and stuff like that. At least at that point, I don't know if it's more common now.
I think it depends on how you're wearing it and how much is spilling out. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a tremendous amount was.
Right.
And she was excited, I think, about having them.
Absolutely. I would be too. I'd be trying to show them off as well. 100%. So
curious, like, would you wear that though? Would that be too? For
me personally, that would probably be a little too much. But like, you should see some
like
of
a club though. That would be fine, right?
At like a comedy club,
dance club.
Or dance club? Oh, absolutely.
So funny that you thought of comedy club first.
Yeah, that's the club that I know. Yeah, I don't go to the fucking
club,
dance club.
You know, like a
absolutely. Or like I wear tiny little, sometimes like a bralette type tank top with little shorts to bartend in.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't wear that on like a first date.
Cheesecake Factory, would you wear that?
Probably not. But also, it's not like I feel like I have a brand new body to show off. You know, like that would be different.
I didn't have a problem with it. Right. I do want to say that. Like I was like, okay, like we're doing this or whatever.
Dude,
let's go to fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Like, we went there, and as soon as we walked in the door, like the hostess saw, and they just started walking around the counter, like to greet us, like, come on. And they didn't even say like, hey, how many or whatever. It's just, come on. And they
shove you in and put you in the back
sat us at the table to the very back of the restaurant. And I think, I have to imagine they thought it was like a sex worker.
Solicited, like prostitution.
Yeah. And literally,
I didn't even think about that.
We're eating, and everybody that walks past, servers, other customers, like they're just, every dude that walks past is just like, I had a perfect view of them.
Right.
And everybody, it's attracting so much attention or whatever. And it was as if
she's just like,
she did not even notice. Like because they were new for her. She was like, and I'm like, do you not realize that everybody in here knows about your tits? Like they knew about your tits as soon. as you walked in.
Right,
And
they could smell them from the parking lot.
Everybody's talking about it too. You know, it was like as soon as they walked in, and like we ended up eating normal meal or whatever. But
was it normal? Could you imagine like getting fake breasts, having that like power, and then like when the waitress comes over, she's like, "What do you want to order?" If you just looked her dead in the eyes and you said, "Milk," and just see what happens. Wouldn't that be crazy?
The only time I'd allow you to do that in a restaurant, right? You already got some at the table. Let me know if you need some more. I've never ordered milk at a restaurant. I want to make that very clear. I don't do that shit.
Really?
No, I'm an adult. Kids. Milk is for kids at restaurants. I do not do that. A lot of people make jokes like you probably walk into a bar, you're like, pint me up, you know? It's getting cold.
You've never
do not
no
order
exception?
milk. I'll try like.
Do you like it with a meal?
I love it with every meal, but I like it out of the comfort of my own fridge.
How many glasses
milk other
a day?
places sketches me out.
How many glasses a day?
Usually at least some days I don't have any. It depends on if I'm eating at home.
A heavy
you know?
day.
A heavy day would be 3 a day.
Okay.
That hasn't happened in a while since I was back in Michigan, though.
Okay. Let me close this story though before we get to.
No.
So the part of this that was like where it kind of peaked was we finish eating and it's, you know, the whole time I've just been distracted by everybody fucking looking or whatever. And we walk out and it's downtown Seattle. Like I don't know what street that's on, but it's I think Denny, like in South Lake Union, where all those
busy
fucking like it's the shopping South Lake Union shopping area.
Yeah.
And the windows are huge. Like the windows are like the size of fucking walls over here. And we walk past and there's a family of 5 sitting for their family dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. And it's like the kids are on one side and the husband and the wife are on the other. And the husband sees us before his wife sees us. And he's eating fucking spaghetti. And he like has like a bite in his mouth and he sees the tits. And he's just like gazing. And then his wife turns and sees like him looking at her and just like gets angry at her husband. And like, that was the end of the meal.